This has been an electric semi-final Saturday, to say the least. The MedStar NRH Punishers and the Rancho Halos are both 1-1, and we are underway. Aaron pass by Thacker for NRH, as he's on the floor with Trayvon Jennifer, Avery Moore, Jeffrey Graham, as well as Luke Robinson. And there's Trayvon Jennifer, the Paralympian, getting it started. The Rancho Halos have their usual offense of Hector Rivera and Matthew Grashin. A high arcer just missed by Eric Rodriguez. If you've tuned into both of the games at Court 16, you've missed a lot. There was an overtime game earlier. We just finished a double overtime game in what's been an electric start to Saturday. And Bernardino Flores will foul Luke Robinson immediately. Thacker will take, just a tad short. He struggled putting the ball into hoop against Charlotte yesterday, so he's looking to bounce back with a strong shooting performance, as we all know he is very capable of. Rivera will take, short from the left wing, rebound taken by the Punishers. So the score you see is 2-0, 8:35 remaining. It's not double overtime. It's actually the first quarter between the Punishers and the Halos. Robinson, always obliging to take a shot as he goes for it again. This time a tad too short. Rodriguez the feed to right. Two Punishers chairs collide, but that does not matter as the Punishers look to push. Robinson, Thacker the fake, tried to find Robinson, intercepted by Wright. And it's going to be Rancho Halos ball as a quick timeout will be called. A quick 2-0 start. Here you look at the replay. Excellent defense by Rivera, and a little hit on the wrist by Jeffrey Graham for his first personal, team's first. 2-0 start. We'll be back after a short moment.
What would you say to that freshly injured veteran looking to get involved in adaptive sports?
I found my outlet through wheelchair basketball.
A lot of us are used to, having weapons in the military. Now Formax is our new M16.
It's our new battle buddy. Once they find a chair that suits them, anything's possible.
When you understand the ins and outs of a chair or your weapon, you're unstoppable.
Back underway for some NWBA action as the Rancho Halos have a quick 2-0 lead. The Punishers have it after the Rivera miss. Trayvon Jennifer sends a dart. Harsh Thacker can't get the bounce. Nice feed down low, and there's nothing but the bucket for Eric Rodriguez. 2-2 is your score, as we're approaching the 7-minute mark here in the first quarter. Thacker, extra feed, and Jennifer's open. Air ball. Gresham being used as point, and here's Rodriguez putting it in. We know Gresham is capable of scoring at a high clip as he misses the three from the wing. And having a player that can stretch the floor for you as well as dominate inside, those are hard to come by. And in wheelchair basketball, it truly means you are elite as you are available in multiple facets of the game. Thacker gets his own offensive rebound. Robinson stopped by Wright, but that does not matter as Luke Robinson fills up the basket, Punishers by 2. He gets stopped in his tracks by Rivera, but if you've done your report, Luke Robinson is an excellent shooter, and he's willing to take as many as necessary as long as the look is open for him. Confidence is key for a shooter like him. Right. Tad short. Nice follow through and bucket for Avery Moore. And the Punishers with a strong 6-2 start. We played 5 minutes here in the first quarter. A far cry from what we saw in the game against Charlotte, where nothing was working on every part of the game. They couldn't get it going on offense, couldn't get it going on defense, as Gresham gets his offensive rebound blocked by Avery Moore. Jackson takes a tumble. Referee made the call. Trayvon Jennifer wants to motion a timeout for the Punishers, and that's going to be it. 4:32 remaining here in the first quarter. Punishers by 4.
What would you say to that freshly injured veteran looking to get involved in adaptive sports?
I found my outlet through wheelchair basketball.
A lot of us are used to, having weapons in the military. Now Formax is our new M16.
It's our new battle buddy. Once they find a chair that suits them, anything's possible.
When you understand the ins and outs of a chair or your weapon, you're unstoppable.
Excuse me for the technical difficulties as the Rancho Halos finally answer. All 5 starters for the Punishers have scored. Eric Rodriguez, 2 consecutive buckets for him. Harsh Thacker, 2 of 3 from the field. 1:52 remaining. The Punishers' largest lead, as much as 8, now cut down to 6. Flores intercepting the Thacker pass. And the Punishers will regain possession. Robinson just short on the 3 ball. Rodriguez has been feeling it, misses the left wing shot as we approach a minute remaining in the first quarter. And Wright will foul Trayvon Jennifer right on the left sideline. Malcolm Wright, that's his first personal, team second. Thacker using the Jennifer screen, has the space, couldn't get the shooter's touch to go. The Rancho Halos look to push. Passes just a little bit too strong for Malcolm Wright, who looked to get a freebie on the other end. 3 total fouls among both of the teams. Halos with 2, with the Punishers with 1. Jeffrey Graham has 1 for the Punishers. Malcolm Wright and Bernardino Flores with 1 apiece. Thacker. Jennifer feeds Robinson. He has a good screen set for him. In and out on the shot. 7-second difference between shot and game clock. Second consecutive turnover for the Halos. Shot clock turned off. The Punishers look to increase their 6-point lead. Nice feed by Jennifer, down low to Avery Moore. 8-point lead for the Punishers. 6 seconds remaining before the end of the first. 3 seconds, ball's intercepted, and the Punishers with a strong 14-6 lead against the Rancho Halos. Take a look at the replay, look at the ball movement. Jennifer, one-handed scoop right to Avery Moore, right under the basket for 2. NWBA action brought to you by Performax, and we'll be back after a short moment.
What would you say to that freshly injured veteran looking to get involved in adaptive sports?
I found my outlet through wheelchair basketball.
A lot of us are used to, having weapons in the military. Now, Formax is our new M16.
It's our new battle buddy. Once they find a chair that suits them, anything's possible.
When you understand the ins and outs of a chair or your weapon, you're unstoppable.
NWBA action brought to you by Performax. The Punishers with a 14-6 lead. It's been a balanced scoring column for the Punishers. Avery Moore and Harsh Thacker leading the way with 4, with Jeffrey Graham, Luke Robinson, and Trayvon Jennifer with 2. And here's Bernardino Flores with his first bucket. This Rancho Halos team beat the Courage Kenny Rolling Timberwolves in game 1. And they wound up losing against the Wausau Marquette Eagles in game 2. The ball movement is pure. Gratian will take. Robinson, another rebound, sends it forward to Trayvon Jennifer, all by himself. Trayvon Jennifer, as well as Harsh Thacker and Avery Moore, have 12 of the Punishers' 16 points as we've approached a minute played in the second quarter. Gratian again, too strong again. Thacker, touchdown pass. Jennifer adjusts and scores off of his right wheel, and the Rancho Halos need a timeout because the Punishers are punishing the rim with their largest lead of the game at 10. 18-8 is your score, and before we head to the break, Harsh Thacker turning into the quarterback of the century, and there's the adjustment for Trayvon Jennifer. Punishers with a strong start to the second quarter.
What would you say to that freshly injured veteran looking to get involved in adaptive sports?
I found my outlet through wheelchair basketball.
A lot of us are used to, having weapons in the military. Now, Formax is our new M16.
It's our new battle buddy. Once they find a chair that suits them, anything's possible.
When you understand the ins and outs of a chair or your weapon, you're unstoppable.
The Punishers with a fast start to the game as they have an 18-8 lead against the Rancho Halos. And during the timeout, Trayvon Jennifer giving feedback to his team saying, we need to pretend it's 0-0 every single possession. And we need to make sure our defense is locked in. We need to deny every single cut that's possible. It's not because of our offense that we're going to get this win. It's because of the defense. And they've held the Rancho Halos down to single-digit scoring. How will the Punishers keep applying the pressure to this Rancho Halos defense? Robinson, short off the right elbow. Gratian, the fake, and the 3-ball. Matthew Gratian with a phenomenal bucket. He now sits at 5, and the Punishers need to keep an eye on him because he can get hot in an instant. Punishers lead cut down to 7. Thacker the fake. He answers. Harsh Thacker looking to bounce back after the loss against Charlotte, and he is starting off tremendously. Joint leading scorer with Trayvon Jennifer at 6 points. Wright gets his pass, intercepted by Jennifer, and he'll take it himself. Trayvon Jennifer, energetic on defense, puts the Punishers up by 11. 6:43 remaining here in the second quarter. Flores will take it and make it. Bernardino Flores now sits at 4 points and has momentarily put a Band-Aid on the damage the Punishers have been putting on them. You can see that this Punishers team are playing with this sense of urgency, controlling the pace of everything. Eric Rodriguez, first personal foul, team's first. And Trayvon Jennifer loving what he's seeing from Harsh Thacker. He loved that backdoor pass. Thacker over the outstretched arm of Rivera, well contested. Eric Rodriguez swishes that one. Rodriguez off a fantastic start himself, rarely missed, and he has his third field goal with 6 points. The bank is open. Avery Moore also sits at 6 points, and the balanced scoring continues to torch the Halos defense. Gratian open, missing. Thacker's pass gets intercepted, clipping the wheels of Rodriguez. He takes his hand up like, yep, that's me, like he's ready to answer a question from a teacher. Rodriguez taking the shot. Jennifer says, I didn't do a thing. Tried to notion that he didn't foul at all. Here's Gratian, gets fouled by Robinson, and he'll go to the line. First personal for Luke Robinson. Second team foul against the Punishers. Chair-on-chair contact right under the basket. Normally clean defense is when you have the side of the wheel clipping the front, but this time it's front on front, and those kinds of plays are difficult for referees to manage. Gratian missing the first free throw. And this sport known as wheelchair basketball has really opened my eyes, not only with the competitiveness and the contact, but the beauty of appreciating ball movement. You see the ball getting swung so many times. You see so many backdoor picks getting set. And the way these players get open with slivers of space has been a joy to watch as a basketball fan. Jennifer gets clipped on the front wheel by Malcolm Wright, his second personal, team second. Shot clock up to 20. If the offensive team gets fouled and they regain possession, it goes up to 20 seconds. But if it's a change of team, change of possession, shot clock gets reset. Robinson dancing behind the Thacker screen. Rodriguez the rebound. I'm so used to Hector Rivera grabbing every rebound as well as being the tip of the spear. And there is Eric Rodriguez, count it, and the foul. So it's before the shot. You will not count the basket. Eric Rodriguez with a difficult finish, which would have regained their largest lead of the game at 11. Malcolm Wright missing, intercepting the pass. The Punishers regain it. Here comes Trayvon Jennifer down the middle, and here's Robinson scoring it in from the right side. There's the 11-point lead for the Punishers. The Punishers are playing so incredibly fast, controlled by Trayvon Jennifer, leading the charge in transition like an Army general. And there is Bernardino Flores feeling it as well with an efficient 6 points. Punishers lead back down to 9. 3:30 left to play here in the second quarter. Robinson, same spot, same result. He now sits at 6 points. And the balanced scoring continues. 3 Punisher players with 6 points, and Trayvon Jennifer leading with 8, with Jeffrey Graham doing the dirty work with the rebounding with 2 points. Rodriguez, difficult catch, too strong off the window. Robinson down low to Moore. Slicing and dicing this Rancho Halos defense, coming back with a vengeance after the loss against Charlotte yesterday. Punishers by 13. Gresham, the deep 2. Basketball gods not in his favor. Jennifer's pass gets intercepted by the Halos. Ball goes out of bounds. The Punishers will have it. The Punishers bouncing back with a vengeance. They're playing Punishers basketball as we are used to seeing them in the beautiful Enrico Sports and Events Center. Robinson, a deep 2, rolled into that one. Punishers will go back on defense. Gresham short on the 3 ball. Robinson wheels it up for the Punishers. Thacker regains the Jennifer pass. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Hit nothing but the backboard from Avery Moore. The Halos with a 3 will make it a 10-point deficit. Rodriguez faked the shot, went for the pass, thought he found a backdoor cutter. It's a 2-on-2 for the Punishers. Robinson can't score. Dixon offensive rebound. And Trayvon Jennifer wants to slow things down. Robinson feeling it. Misses from the right elbow.
Hey, get back, get back.
Half a second difference between shot clock and game clock. Pass too high for Gresham. Michael Looney now looks to come in. Avery Moore will roll to the bench. .9 seconds remaining before the end of the half. Jackson patrolling. No, Robinson has it. Has his pass intercepted by Flores, battled for and regained by Robinson. 5 seconds, Thacker, Looney couldn't score it, and that will be the end of the first half. The Punishers' balancing scoring load puts them up by 13, their largest lead of the game. NWBA brought to you by Performax. We'll be back with the start of the second half.
Formax signed me when I was 16 years old, before I accomplished anything in this sport. They were the first ones who believed in my capabilities, and I'll never be able to repay them for what they've given me. Not only from a product side of it, they believed in my potential before I even did. This is my way of giving back to their organization and their grassroots program that they're putting together here at DK's 3-on-3. It's just something I'm honored to be a part of. It's starting to get to that time where it's my turn to give back. If that means helping kids get to college, that's something I'd be interested in. If it's helping a D3 kid work really hard to get up to the championship level, that's something I'd be interested in. It's getting to the point where championships, gold medals, that's becoming less of a priority, but to give back to the sport that has given me everything in my life, if I have the opportunity to do that, I'm gonna.
The MedStar Punishers with a strong 30-17 lead as we're approaching the start of the second half. And I spoke to fellow Punisher Demetrius Dixon. I asked him about how was it feeling to bounce back in the way you guys are doing here to start in the third quarter. And he said, yeah, we're playing at our own pace now. We wanted to fix our mistakes. We wanted to communicate better. And we wanted to come here with vengeance. And they sure have. Jennifer along the baseline. Thacker will fake twice, turns it over, intercepted by Alexander Stitz. His first minutes of the game. Intercepted by Jennifer and couldn't get the ball in time. Claps in frustration.
I need 3 seconds on the shot clock. 20?
Trayvon Jennifer, gold medal with Team USA, the Paralympian. Always playing at 100 miles per hour. Beating the shot clock is good for Malcolm Wright. It's always right for Malcolm. 30-20 is your score here in the second quarter. 9 minutes remaining here in the second, here in the third. Offensive lapse committed by the Punishers. As we excuse the time on your screen, there's a shot clock on the left side of the angle you're seeing now with the real time remaining. So it's 30-20, which is the score. We have a little bit less than 9 minutes remaining in the third quarter. As there you see, 8:39 remaining. Rivera fails twice off his own offensive rebound. And Trayvon Jennifer looks to push. Thacker finds a curling Robinson, gets swiped away by Stitz. Intensity increasing in the blink of an eye. Offensive foul against the Rancho Halos. A blocking violation going against Stitz as he caught Jennifer. Here you see the three, Wright just heaving it. And just puts that one in. Punishers by 10. 8:11 remaining here in the third quarter. Robinson, nice patience, and he puts it in. Shot fakes twice, curling down on the left sideline. And he puts that one in. Punishers back up by a dozen. Offensive foul against the Rancho Halos in back-to-back possessions. And this is not what you want when you're trying to make a run, when you're down by double digits. This not only gives the Punishers a chance to get more acclimated with their offensive sets, it gives the Rancho Halos less time to get ready for their offensive sets. The Rancho Halos try and play fast and physical, but the whistle has been going against them these last few times. Flores, touch pass, and Stitz coming off the bench, providing an instant spark on both sides of the floor. 10-point Punishers lead. 7 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Grashin wheeling across the right side. He'll take it just off the back iron. Thacker. Here's Jennifer for 2. Trayvon Jennifer now at double figures for the Punishers. First player to reach that mark. 34-22 is your score. 6 minutes remaining here in quarter number 3. Rivera will take. Rebound snatched by Thacker, and here's Jennifer looking to derogate traffic. Jennifer spinning his way to the basket, and he'll go to the line. Alexander Stitz, his first personal, team's first here in the third quarter. 2 substitutions coming in for the Rancho Halos. Jonathan Garcia coming in, Bernardino Flores coming in. Trayvon Jennifer does so many valuable things for this Punishers team. Whether it's reading the passing lanes or leading the charge on a fast break or playing physical using his strength, he has the intangibles of the champion. Knocks down the second free throw. Now the Punishers have their largest lead of the game at 14. Grashin rattles in the 3. Matthew Grashin now sitting at 8 points. Punishers lead back down to 11. Robinson wheeling his way through traffic, and it's an offensive foul. Jeffrey Graham called for that one. And here you see the 3 ball for Grashin. The Larry Bird form, and gets the shooter's touch. Lethal shooter, to say the least. Wheeling his way right through the middle is Eric Rodriguez for his 8th point of the contest. The Halos just find a way to slowly crawl their way back into the game, but so far the Punishers have been in firm control in total. Jennifer passes way too high for Jeffrey Graham. He couldn't get a proper handle on it. Flipping it up and missing, but will go to the line, is Eric Rodriguez for the Rancho Halos. Avery Moore called for his first personal. You see him wheeling towards his left, and he'll go to the line. You can see the clip happening right there, and that's going to be a quick timeout on the floor. Punishers up 36-27. 4.5 remaining here in the third quarter.
What would you say to that freshly injured veteran looking to get involved in adaptive sports?
I found my outlet through wheelchair basketball.
A lot of us are used to, having weapons in the military. Now Formax is our new M16.
It's our new battle buddy. Once they find a chair that suits them, anything's possible.
When you understand the ins and outs of a chair or your weapon, you're unstoppable.
The Punishers with a 9-point lead, 4:29 remaining here in the third quarter. NWBA action brought to you by Performex. Eric Rodriguez getting fouled on the right-handed layup, getting fouled by Avery Moore in the process. Currently leads all Rancho Halos players with 8, splits the pair at the line. Halos still in it. The Punishers just look to cap off the third quarter in a positive note, which they're capable of doing. We've seen it for them throughout the course of the season. Aaron passed by Thacker, tried to find the cutting Looney. And the Rancho Halos gathering a little bit of momentum. They flip it down low, and it's another foul against the Punishers. This time Gratian will go to the line. Luke Robinson, his second personal. Team's second. Back-to-back fouls in succession for the Punishers. Matthew Gratian, one of their best players in scoring the ball, as he misses the first free throw. At times he's gotten into the comfortable rhythm. At times he's taken an errant shot or two, looking to force his way. But every shot is a good shot for Matthew Gratian when you know that he is capable of making shots at the clip he does. Punishers by 7. Lead by as much as 14 here in the third. And Wright will foul Trayvon Jennifer. Now he needs to be careful. His third personal, now second team foul against the Rancho Halos. Ezekiel Ramuzzi now coming in for Malcolm Wright in foul trouble. He just got his third personal. Ramuzzi in the glasses, nice tattoos on his arms, and he's ready to rumble. Bank is open for Harsh Thacker. He now sits at 8 points. Punishers lead back up to 9. Gratian open, 3-ball, money. Another three-pointer for Matthew Gratian that just curls in with the shooter's touch. A 38-32 is your score. Robinson gets doubled, tries to save it to Thacker, recovered by Jennifer. And that's going to be a shot clock violation. No, it won't be. And Looney can't force it in. I thought he didn't get it up in time, but looks like he did. Play will resume. Shot is up and in. Matthew Gratian coming alive here in the third quarter. Punishers lead cut down to 4. A 17-8 run for the Halos in the third. Nice pass down low. Michael Looney with the finish. This is something the Punishers needed, as the Rancho Halos have been applying the pressure. Gratian, 1 second left. The three ball is missed by Rodriguez, and Trayvon Jennifer takes it a full head of steam, and he gets clipped on the way to the basket. He will go to the line. Ezekiel Ramuzzi called for his first personal, team's third here in the third quarter. Trayvon Jennifer just knows how to use the chair to his advantage. And the referees see that angle, and they see that there's so much contact that they have to make the call. Just a difficult player to cover. "14 points for Trayvon Jennifer has the Punishers up by 8. A minute and a half left here in the third quarter. Both teams 1-1 in this tourney. Just trying to battle for a higher ranking in the end of the national tournament. It's Gratian. That one's too short. Rebound taken by Thacker. Leaning back, missing is Graham. Gratian has Jennifer trailing, and he lays it in. Matthew Gratian with a huge layup down the stretch towards the end of the third. Punishers, with 40 seconds remaining in the third, have a 2-possession lead. Six-second difference between shot and game clock. Beautiful ball movement for the Punishers. It's Jennifer to Looney. Shot clock turned off. 13 seconds remaining for the Rancho Halos. Rodriguez went for his luck over the backboard. He says, "That's my bad. At least I respect the attempt." Here's Jennifer curling, dishing to Looney. And we're now at this point. 4 seconds remaining. Jennifer, here's Thacker, here's Robinson. Couldn't get it up in time. Punishers by 8. 44-36 is your score. 10 minutes remaining before we'll have a winner here on semifinal Saturday.
What would you say to that freshly injured veteran looking to get involved in adaptive sports?
I found my outlet through wheelchair basketball.
A lot of us are used to, having weapons in the military. Now Formax is our new M16.
It's our new battle buddy. Once they find a chair that suits them, anything's possible.
When you understand the ins and outs of a chair or your weapon, you're unstoppable.
The Rancho Halos were down by as much as 14 points in the third quarter, which was the Punishers' largest lead of the game. They crawled their way back down to as much as 6, but it's now an 8-point Punishers lead as we have one more quarter left to play here in semifinals Saturday. Performax bringing you all the NWBA action. My name is Max Cates, honored to bring all of you the wheelchair basketball action here in the Rancho Sports and Events Center in Richmond, Virginia. Trayvon Jennifer doing it all on offense and defense, using his blazing speed in transition. Has 14 points. He's the only one in double figures for the Punishers, while Matthew Grashin has led the way for the Rancho Halos with 16. And speaking of speed, here comes Trayvon Jennifer, stopped in his tracks by Eric Rodriguez. Thacker down low, Looney well defended by Rancho Halos. Wright dishes it down low to Rivera. Didn't have the proper angle on it. Wright receives it for the Halos. Look at the ball movement, and that will be a shot clock violation against the Rancho Halos. If only 3 seconds were added to the shot clock, that would have been a wide open shot for Eric Rodriguez in the best spot possible. As the referees are discussing a certain call that may have been made, maybe something about the shot clock not being reset, because it was a live possession, and when the offense receives the basketball, shot clock receives a 20. So they used 8 of those 20. It didn't reset. The offense regains possession, so it's now 12 seconds left on the shot clock. Halos have it under the Punishers' basket. They moved the ball extremely well prior to the so-called violation. It could have been an Eric Rodriguez layup, uncontested. Grashin off of 2 fakes over Thacker. Rebound taken by the Punishers. Robinson has Jennifer to his left. Full head of steam, missing. As two chairs collide under the basket, it's the Halos' Rivera and the Punishers' Robinson. And Rivera clutching his left hand after the collision. He's speaking to one of the referees. Whether or not he's good to go, that's tough to tell. You can see him just clutching his left wrist. And he looks like he's in pain. He's grimacing a little bit. Looney misses the 10-footer. Rodriguez has it swiped away by Dixon, out of bounds. It's intercepted by Looney, picked up by Grashin. Down low to right, extra feed, rejected twice. Rodriguez has his shot sent back. Here comes Robinson, and he lays it in calmly with the right hand off the window. 10 points for Luke Robinson, 10-point lead for the Punishers. 7:40 remaining here in the final quarter. Errant pass by Rivera, almost turned into a turnover. Rodriguez missing, Rivera rebounding, Gresham shooting and missing. Offensive foul now called against Trayvon Jennifer of the Punishers with 7:15 remaining in the fourth quarter. He just got caught at the half-court line, ended up taking a stumble, but he's still good to go. 30-second shot clock reset here for the Halos. Bernardino Flores missing. Rebound taken by Robinson. Beats the two-man press, and he's looking for options. Takes it himself. Looney, the offensive rebound, fails to get the second opportunity, and it's a 2-on-1 fast break for the Halos. Rivera, Gresham, well contested by Jennifer, taken by Dixon off the wheel of Looney, and a sloppy possession still ends up in the court for the Rancho Halos. The Halos need a quick 30-second timeout. NWBA action brought to you by Performax, as we also have our proud sponsor at the Enrico Sports and Events Center. It's a state-of-the-art multi-purpose sports and entertainment center, proud to host the National Wheelchair Basketball Association. It offers a vast and versatile venue spanning 185,000 square feet. Its adaptable event space exceeds 115,000 square feet, providing ample room for various activities, with the capacity to accommodate up to 12 regulation basketball courts or 24 volleyball courts. The center is ideal for sports tournaments and competitions. Here at Henrico, showtime is all the time. Back underway here in the fourth quarter, and the matchup between the number 7 Rancho Halos and the number 6 MedStar National Rehabilitation Hospital Punishers. That shot rattles in and out for the Halos. And Trayvon Jennifer has it on the left side. Thacker bounce pass down low to Moore. Extra feed to Jennifer. Here's Thacker. Back to Jennifer. Spinning down low, and here's Dixon beating the shot clock. Demetrius Dixon putting it in. Punishers up by a dozen. Blocking foul will be called against the Punishers. That'll go against Harsh Thacker. Here you see the replay, beating the shot clock. Jennifer forcing two and finds the one. Wide open Dixon as he banks it in with a crucial bucket as we're approaching the final stretches of the fourth quarter. Both teams 1-1 heading into this one. Gresham missing the three ball. Here's Thacker. Ends up losing the handle of the basketball. Taken by the Rancho Halos. .5:11 remaining here in the fourth. Punishers by 12. The Halos crawled back from as much as 14 to a 6-point game. But the Punishers have now regained their lead back to double digits. Flores with the follow through. Puts it in for his first bucket of the second half. He sits at 8 points. Now a 10-point lead for the Punishers. Referee blew the whistle. It's going to be Rancho Halos basketball. Flores in and out from the left side. Dixon corrals the rebound for the Punishers. Here's Trayvon Jennifer. Here's Dixon, down low to Robinson. Spinning, losing the handle of it. And it's going to remain Punishers basketball. Here's Jennifer, flips it down low. Layup missed by Graham. And the Halos look to make it a single-digit ball game. Flores can't convert the right-handed layup. Here comes Trayvon Jennifer. He has Dixon in front of him. He has Robinson to his left. He finds Dixon. As he swerves it around to Graham, he can't convert. Right on the other end for the Rancho Halos for 2. 8-point lead for the Punishers. 3:30 remaining left in the fourth quarter. Shot is up and in. Avery Moore for 2. The Punishers answer when necessary to keep their lead as they move it across. Flores, that one's too short from the foul line. Gresham getting fouled under the basket. He'll go to the line. Trayvon Jennifer called for his first personal. Team's first here in the fourth quarter. And when the Punishers need reinforcements, here comes Harsh Thacker onto the floor for necessary spacing. One of 2 from the line for Gresham. Punishers lead by 9. Wide open, banking it in. It's Robinson to Avery Moore with a dozen. An 11-point Punishers lead. 2 minutes remaining, and that's going to be a foul against Eric Rodriguez, who'll go to the line. Harsh Thacker called for his second personal. Team second here in the fourth quarter. Eric Rodriguez sits currently at 9 points, misses the first free throw. Very efficient in the opening quarter, but has done all the dirty work necessary to try and help will this Rancho Halos team for a victory. Here's Robinson. Here's Moore, takes it, misses off the back iron. Gresham leaking ahead in transition, but it's a smart foul that will be taken by Demetrius Dixon to stop the play. Maybe not for long, as the Rancho Halos will go to the line. Malcolm Wright knocking down the first free throw. 10-point deficit for the Halos. They need to really find a way to force this Punishers team into some trouble to have a chance to get back. Splits the pair at the line. Dixon the rebound. Taken by Jennifer. And smartly looks to burn some clock. Referee blew the whistle. Malcolm Wright, his fourth personal, now team's first against the Halos here in the fourth quarter. Foul will now go against number 5, Matthew Gresham. His first personal, team second here in the fourth. Punishers with multiple fouls to give. They leaked it down, and Trayvon Jennifer not happy with Dixon on the inbound play. This gives the Halos a chance to pile on. Gresham missing, Robinson rebounding. A minute left to play. Punishers by 10. Eric Rodriguez, his second personal. Team's fourth. That's their last foul to give the Halos. Down 10 with 52 remaining. Robinson has it at half court, and he'll get fouled immediately by Perez. Luke Robinson, somebody that's always looking for a shot, has practiced and looking to perfect his shooting motion. He is a real deal bucket, number 10 with 10 points. Misses the second one, 0 of 2 from the line. The Rancho Halos look to push, and they need something fast. Rivera the three, that one short. Rebound taken by the Punishers, and a foul will be called on the floor. Fifth team foul now going against the Rancho Halos, with Avery Moore going to the line. We have more NWBA action coming up. After this game, we still have a few more to go through. Misses the pair from the line, it's Moore. The Rancho Halos will try and take the three. Clock is ticking. They need something quick. A three up and missed by Hector Rivera. And that will do it. The MedStar Punishers bounce back after the loss against Charlotte with a 10-point victory against the Rancho Halos. Trayvon Jennifer leading the way with scoring with 14, Avery Moore with 12, and Luke Robinson with 10. NWBA action brought to you by Performax with a MedStar Punishers victory.
We're here at Performax today with the one and only Matt Scott.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for making the trip to Dallas.
This is my first trip to the Performax headquarters, so I had never actually seen what it takes for it to go from like a small couple bars to a gold medal chair. Yeah, finished product. It's been amazing and a cool experience to see a finished product and what it starts from.
We're live here in Richmond, Virginia with the NRH Punishers coming up with the win, a 10-point win. I'm here with Trayvon Jennifer. Now, Trayvon, you had a phenomenal game today, controlled multiple facets on the floor on offense, but you really stressed to your team today how much defense was the key to victory.
Yeah, absolutely. I think yesterday when we were playing Charlotte, defense got away from us. You know, we allowed a lot of people to cut to the basket. We weren't getting out on shooters, and then you add no shots falling on top of that, it kind of compounds. So today the stress was, you know, defense, and our defense would lead to a lot of our offense, a lot of fast break points, and that's what got us the victory.
You guys really wanted to make a statement after this one. Your lead was as much as 14, to say the least, and this Rancho's Halos team eventually crawled back, but how did you feel like you guys helped manage the damage control to end up getting this win?
Understanding that it's a possession at a time. You know, not one bucket in the fourth quarter, early in the fourth quarter is going to win the game. It comes down to who wants it as the time's getting ready to expire. So understanding like one possession, we get one stop on the defensive end, and then we can worry about offense. But if we're on defense right now, that's what we have to focus on. We can't be looking at, oh, I missed the last shot, and that's what my head's stuck in the previous play. We got to be present in where we are, and when you're present, you're able to control the game.
Thank you so much for your time, Trayvon. We really appreciate you having here with us. Congratulations yet again on the win.
Thank you.
Alongside me is Trayvon Jennifer.
Appreciate it. Performax all day.
Performax all day, baby. Thank you so much, everybody. We have another game coming up at 2 p.m.